I'm convinced now more than ever that if you actually want something, it can happen. And I know, wait, like, I get it. We hear this all the time, and it's almost cliche, but I'm going to tell you exactly how to make this thing happen. I have had opportunities that I didn't make sense that I had them. Like I was too early for these opportunities, and I've been struggling with this, right? Because there's something that I worked really hard at, and something that I finally got. And again, it was earlier than most people. There are people that spent 10, 15 years trying to do what I'm doing, and I was able to do it in 2 years. Or actually a little less than 2 years, intentionally at least. And I realized this. Something came to just this thought. First of all, that thing is actually, well, might be coming to an end. I don't know if it is yet, but it looks like it. And that's my fault. That's because I had so many other things I was balancing and doing, and those things became a priority, and life was just insane. And my kid came into the picture, and I had to all these excuses that I would give for this thing. But it did teach me something, and it taught me something that I'm eternally grateful for, that if I desire something, it can happen. Now, I want to put parameters before I even say this thing. The truth is that there are certain things that you will never do, right? If you're not 6 feet plus, it's going to be really hard to be in the NBA. There's some realistic things that you have to come to terms with. But doesn't mean that you can't be NBA adjacent. You can't be a podcaster or production team or a person that works in networking, or even a person that trains and does these things. There's so many other avenues for that particular thing. I use this as an example because there's so many people that have these insane dreams of doing things that it's less than 1% of people ever actually do. But it doesn't mean that it isn't a passion. It doesn't mean that there isn't something there for them to find. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever the things that you want to make happen, can happen. But it doesn't always look like what you thought it would look like. And there's this reality that for this thing to happen, for you to be in a disposition to receive this thing, you have to radically believe in you. Like we hear all the time, people say, you have to be delusional, you have to this, you have to live in it. That's a fact. I want you to understand that is a fact. You need to live in a way that is delusional. I'm not saying do stupid things and be frivolous and spend your money in things that aren't good and try to look like you have the money already. I mean, live in a way where you believe that the thing you want to do and be is attainable, that it's not just a far-fetched dream, that it's not just something that someone else is going to shoot down for you, but it's a reality of how you live. You start moving differently, start acting different, you start doing things on time, you start creating a schedule and a life around that reality, and you live in a way that you know that it's going to happen for you. Now, I know there are people who think that you have to look a certain part. I don't agree with that. I don't think you have to physically look like the things. I mean, you should want to fit that mold. Like if your thing is fashion design, you probably should dress fashionably, right? Because if your goal is to be a person in that field, you should look that way. But also, you would do that because it's a passion, because you love it anyway. So those are things that would drive and drill into your mind and drive out into your life, that you will actually do the things that you love to do because you love them. And again, you don't have to sit here and buy a $200,000 car because you want to look a certain part. That's different. That's vanity. That's not fitting into what your passion is. But when you want to live in these things, when this is a goal and this is a dream, what you do is begin to live a life that mirrors that you begin to do the things that you want to do. You begin to live the way that you want to live. That you begin to look at the person that you're going to be and mimic them. It's completely possible. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that you don't struggle with things, because I struggle with them. There's many nights where I sit and I'm like, man, am I actually good enough? And to have these things that I've worked for and that was presented to me, not honestly gifted to me, pulled from underneath me, it made me feel bad. It made me doubt, is this real? Is this really working? Am I as good as I think I am? And for a hot second, I sat there with that thought. And then I realized, shut up. Like, sometimes you need to tell your brain to shut up. Sometimes you need to tell your mind to shut up. You need to tell these lies that are going to mimic and sit there to shut up, because you know what you're worth. You know what you're capable of. You're going to press it in a way that's going to make sure that this thing succeeds no matter what. So many people will try to derail these things. They'll say, well, what about this or what about that? They'll give you 17 other plans to try to derail you from plan A. You're capable of this. And anyone that says anything else is because their vision isn't aligned with yours. They don't have your vision. They don't have your foresight. They can't see what you're capable of doing because they don't believe in what they're capable of doing. So when it comes to you, it's impossible. There's a reality for a lot of people that they'll stay in the same place because someone else told them that's where they belong, because that's all they think that they'll ever be. And I want to be clear. There is nothing impossible for anyone. I've seen things that just made me realize how easy. And this is the beauty that once you're in these places, right? Because again, it doesn't matter the discipline that you want to be in, it doesn't matter the field that you want to be in, the thing that you're dreaming to make your life and your career. Once you're in these places, you build relationships with people that will always help you stay in these places. There's avenues for things that people will pull you up. There's this reality that people who are underneath you will always try to pull you down. People who are above you are always going to try to pull you up because they know how hard it is to work the way you're working. They know how hard it is to have a dream and a desire and live in it. The only people that will criticize you and try to kill your name and defame you are people who are beneath you. No one above you has time to do that to you. Everyone beneath you will do as much as they can because they want to drag you down to their realities. They want to drag you down to their misery. Misery loves company. We need to realize that those are the people that we need to ignore even harder because they're not capable. So they want you to not be capable. They couldn't do it. So they want you to not be able to do it. Do it anyway. Make it extravagant. Be proud and be loud about yourself. Even in your failings, even when you fail, fail loudly, fail boldly. Because that means that you now know a way that didn't work. You now know a different avenue. The way that we become this person is by abandoning any lie that we've believed. Abandoning anything that has not served us and stayed behind us. You are absolutely capable of everything. The question isn't, are you capable? The question is, will you believe that you are? And so much so that you'll be persistent and press into this thing and be in a way that is completely about this. Or will you let the world just rob you of it? I think the worst thing that we could ever do, the worst life we could ever live, is one where we don't live fully in our desire because we've allowed someone else's doubt to be louder than our will. You're capable. Start living like it. Start acting like it. And when things fail, I'm not saying if, notice that. When things fail, you'll fail in a way that is actually a win. The most powerful people in history have been able to fail into success. They failed so much and so loud and so boldly that it created the success. All you need is one. You don't need 1,000 things to hit. You need one. One thing will change your life. One moment will change your life. One action, one response to this person that you believe that you're capable of being, that one moment will erase 1,000 other failures. But if you don't do the thing, you can't expect for it to grow. You can't expect for it to happen. You are capable of it. All you need is for it to happen one time, and everything else will fall into place. So if you're struggling to be that person, if you're struggling to believe that you're capable of this thing, I need you to understand that you absolutely are. That you were already made for it. You already have it. It's already in you. It's already part of your DNA. The question isn't, will it happen? The question is, will you be there for it? Because somebody's going to take that seat. Somebody's going to take that place. And the person that will is not the person with the most talent, is the person with the most audacity. Is the person with the most drive and will to be there. You are absolutely capable of this. And if you have to hear that 1,000 times, play this video 1,000 times and just go to that one marker part where it says that you are absolutely capable. And be capable. Be delusional, be bold, be this person that doesn't make any sense as to why you believe so much, but yet you believe because here you are. Even the fact that you're even looking at these things, if you've gotten this deep, is because you know that you're capable and you just need some more reassurance, so believe it. It's going to happen. But you have to be persistent. Even when it looks like it's failing, you have to be persistent. Even when it doesn't make sense, you have to be persistent. Because you're capable of this. Do it.